De-escalation file loading.
Well, when I was a police officer with the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, I remember a call came in one day for a possible suicidal party. I had just come on shift at the time and was kind of a good distance out from where we were going to be responding to, but it was on an overpass for 435 interstate. There's a pedestrian bridge and an overpass for vehicle traffic also. And there was a young man that was standing up on the railing where he could have potentially climbed up, jump off onto the highway below. And 435 is a pretty big thoroughfare for traffic, especially that time of day.
During an escalated or potentially escalated situation, it is important to maintain situational awareness at all times. Jack Cooper's safety modules define situational awareness as the ability to identify, process, and comprehend critical elements of information. In other words, knowing what's going on around you and using that information to plan and respond appropriately. Look for clues to potentially hazardous situations with focus and unencumbered attention. Be aware of barriers to situational awareness such as fatigue, stress, complacency, heavy workload, or disinterest.
When my partner and I got there, his sister was the one that had called. She was the one that was standing there on the bridge with him, trying to kind of talk him down and calm him down. And so my partner was a junior officer at the time. I had been on a few years longer, so he deferred to me to take point on the situation. And I made contact with the young man. We shut the bridge down for any more vehicular traffic. And then I kind of stayed back initially. I didn't want him to feel like, I was gonna rush him or anything like that.
Proxemics is the study of how distance between two or more individuals impacts their perceptions. While zones may differ by culture and situation, generally social distance is considered 4 to 12 feet, personal distance is considered 1.5 to 4 feet, and intimate distance is less than 1.5 feet of distance. If you find yourself in an escalated situation, experts suggest maintaining at least 4 feet between you and another individual, in other words stay in the social zone, not the intimate or personal zones. This protects you in the event the escalation turns violent. Additionally, violating a zone of personal space may communicate unintentional aggression, further escalating the situation.
But I just kind of started to try to build a rapport with him and asked him what his name was and what was going on today. And he just kind of started letting stuff off his chest. The biggest thing was like just the pressure from school, and he was in band at school and there was, a lot going on. But I just kind of continued to try to keep him calm, keep talking to him. I told him what my name was, that I kind of was trying to find something to relate with him, letting him know that, stress can get the best of us.
Sometimes the best way to de-escalate is not by saying the right thing. Rather, it is being willing to listen with empathy. When listening to another person, ensure your words, tone, and facial expressions communicate empathy, not anger or fear. Refrain from the temptation to scold or correct. Instead, respond with compassion and encouragement.
That sounds like a very difficult situation. Thank you for sharing. When I was going through a difficult situation a few years ago, someone told me to focus on the next right thing and take it one small step at a time. That really helped.
Eventually, I was able to get him to come down and sit down next to me, and we continued to have a conversation. And I was able to finally convince him that I needed to put handcuffs on him, and we got him in an ambulance and were able to transport him to a mental facility for evaluation and get him, the proper assistance that he needed.
De-escalation complete.